What's up, Legends Nexus crew? We're kicking things off with some massive news hitting the world today. First up, we're mourning the loss of a true icon, the legendary Claudia Cardinale, whose incredible career lit up the silver screen for decades. Then, we're diving into a controversy that's shaking the sports world as UN experts demand a ban for Israel from international football over the unfolding situation in occupied Palestine. This is a huge story with major implications. Next, we're shifting gears to global trade with a groundbreaking logistics agreement signed between the port of Gothenburg and Vietnam's Long and International Port, aiming to revolutionize shipping routes between Europe and Southeast Asia. And finally, we're looking at the world of sports again as Ireland's promising young spinner, Freya Sargent, makes the difficult decision to step away from international cricket for personal reasons. Stay locked in, Legends. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on. A legend leaves us, remembering Claudia Cardinale. The world of cinema is in mourning as we bid farewell to the incomparable Claudia Cardinale, a titan of Italian and international film, who has passed away at the age of 87. Her final moments were spent surrounded by her children in Nemours, France, where she had resided for many years. Her agent, Laurent Savary, shared a poignant tribute, stating she leaves behind the legacy of a woman who was both free and inspired, both in her personal life and as an artist. Born in Tunis in 1938 to Sicilian parents, Cardinale's journey into filmmaking began in the 1950s, blossoming into an extraordinary career that spanned over 6 decades and graced more than 150 films. She collaborated with cinematic giants like Luchino Visconti, Federico Fellini, and Sergio Leone, etching her name into film history with iconic roles in Il Gattopardo and Fellini's Eight-a-Half. Her impact stretched across continents, with films like Once Upon a Time in the West and Fitzcarraldo solidifying her global stardom. Beyond her acting prowess, Cardinale was a passionate advocate for the arts and social causes, dedicating herself to supporting young talent and championing important issues, all while maintaining a dignified distance from excessive media attention. Her 5 David di Donatello awards and numerous other accolades are testaments to her unparalleled contribution. Claudia Cardinale will be remembered not just for her breathtaking on-screen presence, but for the integrity and profound awareness with which she lived her life and pursued her art. But the stories don't stop here. We've got a global sports controversy brewing that's demanding immediate attention. And next, we're talking about a major port partnership set to reshape international trade. Football's moral compass calls to ban Israel. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the international sports community, UN experts have issued a strong call for FIFA and UEFA to suspend Israel from all international football competitions. This drastic measure is being demanded as a necessary response to the unfolding genocide in the occupied Palestinian territory, a situation that has drawn increasing global condemnation. The experts highlight that a staggering number of people, over 975,000, have already signed an online petition urging Israel's ban ahead of a crucial match. Citing the UN Commission of Inquiry's conclusion that Israel is committing genocide, and referencing the International Court of Justice's interim order, the experts stress that international law obligates all nations to act against genocide. They draw a stark contrast with the swift ban imposed on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine, questioning the selective inaction towards Israel and emphasizing that sports must reject the perception that it is business as usual. The experts are clear. These sanctions must target the state, not individual players, upholding the principle that athletes should not bear the consequences of their government's actions. This call for a boycott aligns with broader international pressure, including statements from Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who has demanded Israel be barred from sports competitions as long as its actions in Gaza continue. The international community is watching to see if global football's governing bodies will uphold their obligations and address these grave human rights violations. This powerful call to action is just one part of the global conversation. Coming up, we're exploring a significant development in international shipping that could change how goods move across continents. Stay with us. Global trade winds, Gothenburg and Långport pact. Get ready for a major shakeup in global logistics. The port of Gothenburg, Scandinavia's largest port, has just inked a pivotal cooperation agreement with Long, an international port in Vietnam. This landmark deal is poised to supercharge trade and logistics between Sweden and Vietnam, paving the way for more direct shipping routes and championing greener, smarter transport solutions connecting Europe and Southeast Asia. Gothenburg already boasts established links with key Vietnamese ports like Saigon, Vung Tau, and Hai Phong, but this new partnership, focusing on the strategic Mekong Delta region, signifies a bold expansion. It aims to solidify Gothenburg's role as a critical gateway between Nordic and European markets and one of Asia's most dynamic economies. The Swedish ambassador to Vietnam, Johan Endesi, celebrated the agreement, underscoring its importance for bilateral cooperation and praising the efforts of Nguyen Hong Thai, trade counselor at the Vietnamese embassy in Sweden, for her instrumental role. This collaboration underscores Vietnam's burgeoning potential as a logistics hub and aligns perfectly with Sweden's commitment to innovation and sustainable trade. Both nations are optimistic that this partnership will unlock new avenues for increased import-export flows and foster even deeper collaboration in the years to come. From the high seas of global trade, we're now heading to the pitch for a story that's hitting close to home for a national team. We've got news about a rising star stepping back, and you won't want to miss the details. Cricket's future at a crossroads, Freya Sargent steps back. A surprising turn of events in the international cricket scene as Ireland's promising young spinner, Freya Sargent, has announced an indefinite break from the sport for personal reasons. At just 19 years old, Sargent has already made a significant mark, representing Ireland in 16 ODIs and 16 T20Is, and claiming an impressive 33 wickets across both formats. Her international debut in 2023 was quickly followed by a nomination for the ICC Women's Emerging Cricketer of the Year in 2024, a testament to her burgeoning talent, particularly her standout performances at the U19 T20 World Cups. Cricket Ireland's Director of High Performance, Graham West, has voiced full support for Sargent's decision, emphasizing that player well-being is the absolute priority. He acknowledged her substantial contributions to the team and assured that the entire management unit agrees this is the best path for her. Sargent had recently returned from an injury and was a key player in the recent ICC Women's T20 World Cup European qualifier, even earning a full-time central contract. This pause in her career, while a blow to the team, highlights Cricket Ireland's commitment to supporting its players holistically. The focus now shifts to Sargent's personal journey and her eventual return to the sport she clearly loves and excels at. And that brings us to the end of another action-packed Legends Nexus update. But before you go, let's do a quick recap of the biggest stories we covered today. All right, Legends, that's a wrap on today's explosive update. We mourned the legendary Claudia Cardinale, saw UN experts call for Israel's ban from international football, celebrated the port of Gothenburg's new deal with Vietnam, and learned Ireland's Freya Sargent is taking a break from cricket. What a show. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our socials. We'll see you in the next one.